Hi, this is LT Survival. Hopefully the wind is not going to be that bad on my video. So in this episode we're going to see the first acronym of the survival series, the word STOP. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. STOP is the word that we're using in the cadets as an acronym for survival because it is simple, it is short and easy to remember, and cadets are mainly 12 to 19 years old. So if you want to start them with an acronym, don't go for the hardest one, go for the simplest, and the simplest is the one we want them to remember. So that way they will remember it and also they will use it. So if you want to, just gonna readjust a bit my screen so I can see myself better. Yes, so we're going to be using it. Many times when I teach cadet, I start by giving them a cue card. This one is in French. I have, oh, sorry about that. Jesus. I have one in English, which I'm gonna show you close to the screen. It's not plastified. This one is. So if you can, you use those business card plastification, and you have an acronym card which we use for survival. Okay. As you could see, I have, if you stop on the word, you'll see three words all mingled together. But the main word is stop. Why do we use stop? Because it's an action word. The action word is stop. You're lost? Stop everything. You think you're lost? Stop. You think you're hurt? Stop. You fell down a hill? Stop. Okay, first thing first, stop, because panic is going to come in. And the first thing you realize when you're 12 years old and you're alone in the forest is you're not alone, and Jesus Christ, it's frightening. Sorry about the word, but let's be clear. You're 12 years old, you end up alone in the forest, and you have no idea what the heck is going on around you because you're from towns. There is noise, there is wildlife, there is all kinds of things, and you might panic. Panic is a killer. So stop. Stop whatever you're doing. Stop, stop, and stop. If you're panicking, stop the panic. Try to regain control on yourself. Try to stop everything and sit down if need be. Find a spot, sit down, stay there, stop everything. So once the action is done, okay, and you've stopped, you stop panic creeping over you, you stop your heartbeat going to the roof, you start breathing clearly, and you're starting thinking with your head, not with your panic and running around. Then you stop. Once you have stopped, okay, you've stopped the panic, you've calmed down, you don't waste time anymore and energy, because these going to be useful later on. If you have to survive 72 hours and you spend every ounce of energy running around trying to find yourself, you might just die there in the night because you didn't conserve any energy. So it is important that we establish that baseline. So once you stop and you've stayed in place, first benefit is you're not straying further away from where you were supposed to be, and you also will be easier to find because you're not running around the rescuer. Okay, you've got to think. That was the first word. Stop. S for stop. Physically stop. Then think. Okay, T for think. I should be writing it right there. Okay, and you think, so you prioritize what you have to do. Are you hurt? Because you gotta apply first aid on yourself. If you hurt yourself, you fell off the trail down a small face cliff, you broke a leg, you gotta fix that. You gotta either fix the bleeding or fix a broken leg or do something. Okay, if you can kill the pain, you do so also. So slowly you got to regain your consciousness, you got to regain your aptitude of thinking, taking care of yourself. Do you have clothing? Do you have anything with you? Did you fall off with your bag that stayed uphill? Is anybody with you? You got to think about what's happening and what will be happening in the future. Are you able to get back to the trail? Are you able to get back to your resources? Do you have resources? Did you fall off with your backpack? If you did, do you have water? Do you have anything? The thing is to size up everything that's happening. Okay, we want you to think about what you just did, what happened, where you were supposed to be, where you were supposed to be going, and who knows? Who knows about you? Did you just bug off in the forest, not telling mom, dad, or any friends? Or did you have anybody that knows that you are there? So somebody will know when you come back or not. So you think about that. And you think about the situation where you are. Think, if you can, figure out where you were, where you're going, things like that. So that's important. Also, you got to O for observe. O for observe. Observing your surrounding. Okay. Landscape, danger. Are you sitting on a cliff 10,000 feet off the ground and your ear cracking of that cliff that wants to fall beneath you? Were you climbing ice and ice is coming down? Is it winter? Is it summer? What is your predicament? What do you have around you? Do you have a shelter available near you? Are you in a forest? Are you, depending on where you are you in measure? Do you have the ability to move around towards something that will give you shelters, firewood, water, even food eventually, but not necessarily at first? 72 hours, no food, it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, you don't need food for 72 hours. Plan, the most important part of it, your plan. Like I said, did you bring a backpack? Okay, let me come back a little. Plan is the most important. This is where you're going to take the decision, not at the first three. Planning is where you take decision. You're still sitting your bottom somewhere and you haven't moved yet. You've looked around, you think, you've observed, you've heard if there's civilization nearby or if there's anything that you could do or use, okay, around you. But then plan comes in. If you know that the group you were with just passed on the trail and you fell off, not in a very short future, they will backtrack and come back to you, so you'll make sure to be able to make noise. The decision you take here will guide your action for the future. Are you alone? Are you not? Are you in a group? Because if you are, then survival is different in a group. If the whole group is lost, then you've got a plan in group. And then there's a leader that's going to come out, because a group cannot take one decision. They will take multiple, to which the leader must take the ultimate decision and the group must obey. Group survival is very difficult. Very, very, very difficult, because So many people are either good leaders or bad leaders, and there's both of them in survival. Okay, so in the plan you will apply something else. You will verify everything you've got. I'm going to put my notes down and show you a couple of items that were in my backpack. Okay, my backpack has a side pouch to which I have one of my old ration lime flavor beverage. Okay, I have a light that does work. Okay, it might have died on me, but do I have batteries? Of course I do. Okay, I have a fire kit, matches in a bag, a Bic, magnesium block, and some matches. I have sharpening stuff and not much else in that pouch. I got a solar charger, which basically is full. I've got my practice magnesium rod, not magnesium but ferro rod with fat woods. I've got in there a sole blanket which will help me. Okay, other stuff, another ferro rod, matches, knife. Okay, map and compass. Okay, survival kit, this is a small one or a smaller one. A larger knife. Okay, this is the Schrade SCHF 64, I think, the GSX original 43, SCHF 43, so the original. And that is what I have. I have my clothing, long sleeve shirt, my hat to protect me from the element, protect my glass. Also, I've got my Canadian belt knife on me, so I have another knife. I have another folder in my pocket, which is the thwe. Okay, so I have tools to which I can survive. So all that inventory you just did will help you get the survival starting. With that, you have first aid equipment. As you can see, I don't have any except in my survival kit, which has already all those items. So if you have to, once you've made up the inventory of what you have, it's in the plan. So do you spend the night there? Do you have to move? Do you have to get away from that dangerous cleft? Or do you stay there because there is no way you can make it back to the top of the trail? Can you signal, have whistles? How do you signal? Do you have a cell phone on you? You still have signals, so you use the cell phone and you get yourself rescued. So this is why we use the S.T.O.P, because it's very simple, very straight to the point, where get yourself rescued and stop the panic, which is a killer in survival. So that way you get all the need filled rapidly and eventually get extracted from the wood very rapidly. So very simple overview of the word stop. I might do more video on each part of the stop or the application of the stop. It will be a longer video at that point because we have to explain everything, because you cannot just do it. So practice applying the stop. Think about it, think how you're going to apply it. Research stop. You'll find many blogs that think about stop. You might find also the word from the cadet program in Canada, so that way it is explained. Also all kinds of things you can do in the stop to better your situation. The objective from the stop is to apply the word stop. This is the main thing. because kids will run for hours before they stop, and that will put them in worse condition than they were when they realized they were stopped. Because most people say, oh no, I'm good, I know where I am, I'll eventually come out, and they don't. And then we can't find them, and it takes days and days and days, and then we find them rolled up underneath a pine tree and they're dead. So because they didn't stop at first, they didn't give themselves a chance. So think about it, think about the word stop, try to use it. Cue card is always good in your survival kit, your wallet, to guide you into survival. So hope this video was useful to you. Hopefully you liked the video. Give it the thumbs up, share and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.